Working on the next bait drop, and I've got a couple of colors in mind that I'm thinking about adding, but I'm not sure. So I thought we would build them here together, and you guys can tell me if you think they should be included. Excited to be working on another drop. Man alive, it's been so freaking cold here. In February, it was snowing all the time. It was freezing cold, so I just could not get in the shop, open the garage door to do these extended long bait sessions, getting ready for a drop in February. I try to do one once a month at least. Plan for this next drop will be a lot of the norm. I'll have bladed slayers in various laminates, as well as some swim baits. But I also want to do Glory craws and Ned rig baits, which is why we're going to look at what we're going to look at today. I want to see what these colors look like in the Glory craw and in the Ned crawler, as well as the Ned craw. And there's our plastic. There we go. 2 cups, because we're going to experiment a bit today. This first one we're going to do is one that I've played with, sort of. We've actually done it on the channel before. It's Lureworks Mint Brown, but I want to tweak that by enhancing the green part, the mint part. Think of like blue craw. When you really want that blue to come out more, you tend to add like a fluorescent blue or some sort of strong dye-ish type blue or something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some green, come on, focus, green chartreuse dye. This is a bleed color, changeable color as well as a bleed color. So it's not going to be a laminate, it's going to be a solid. All right, so as I said, 2 cups. So we're going to do drop counts today in that. Make sure you half it if you want to recreate this on your own. Let's start this out because I really don't want to oversaturate with the mint brown. That's what we're going with first. So let's just do 10 drops. We also want to leave room for this. Actually, you know what? Let's do 8 drops per cup, so that would be 16. All right, let's get that bad boy mixed up. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do more than that. I mean, it's still, wow, such a cool color. You see that? See what it does on the stick? I mean, just like that. It's an underrated color. I imagine probably more of you are familiar with Dead on Plastic's Kiwi. It's a similar idea, right? Brown to green. And I don't want to go any more than that on the, at least on this first run for the mint brown. So let's put that away and turn our attention to green chartreuse dye. I have no clue how strong this is. And the last time I used a dye, it was red. Now granted, red tends to be a lot stronger, but I made the mistake and I put way too much in and it blew the whole thing out. So let's start with like 2 drops would be 1 drop per cup. Let's do 4 drops, 2 drops per cup. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Glad we didn't do any more than that. Wow. It's still brown, but I can definitely see the green even on the top where it was just brown. And that green looks to be a little stronger, I think. All right, well, now we need flake. So the flake I want to do, I want to do 2. I want to put some texture in it. So I have 035 black, and I'm going to do an 1/8 of a teaspoon, so 1/4 for our 2. But we're also going to put some color shift flake in it. I'm feeling Junebug color shift. This is that new smaller size chameleon flake from Barlow's, 015. So I've got an 1/8 of a teaspoon, which would be a 1/16 of a teaspoon per cup. All right, first up, our 1/4, which would be an 1/8 equivalent, and then our 16, or our 1/8 rather. Ooh, wait a minute. Temperature sensitive. So let's stir that up and see where we sit temperature-wise first. That's looking good. Nice little peppery look. Let's get a little buzz here. Make sure that when you are doing, when you take a temperature with a gun like this, make sure you are stirring because if you just take the temperature on the top, it's always, always, always going to be colder. That surface temperature cools faster than everything else. So you got to stir it and go right down inside. I'm at like 310, so let's definitely do it. Again, 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is a 1/16 of that Color Shift June Bug. It's going to give us a nice green to purple. Purple goes with green, purple goes with brown, and obviously the green will work with the dye. So that looks really good. I'm already super low on temperature, so I would kind of get everything situated here so you guys could see from a different angle, but I'm just going to back you up and shoot this thing before it gets too cold. All right, here we go. Molds are all clamped together. The middle one there, the smaller, is the 3-cavity Lurecraft. Single injection, obviously. Don't have to worry about lamination today, so I don't have the block out. Ooh, I like the looks of that. I miss this color. It's so natural, but it's got this beautiful green aspect to it, and I'm really hoping that the green chartreuse dye does magical things. Alright, these are cooled off, ready to rock and roll. Let's get you guys up here so you can see. We're going to shoot this one more time because I want to see it with an additional flake. 2.5 inch Epic Nedcraw. Ooh, ooh yeah. Looky there. Right? Right? So at first I thought maybe we needed a little bit more of the color shift flake, but looking at it up close, that looks pretty good. Love the green where it's thick in brown, but that green with the brown kind of tinted it, so it's not just a pure brown. And then these claws have like that dirty brown, but they're mainly green. That is really nice. All right, so that is the Nedcraw. I'd say that is certainly a winner. Here's the Lurecraft in the 3-cavity. Coming over on that side, opened up on the bottom. Still looks awesome. Look at that, so natural. It's cool because the really thin parts, see that kind of that shiny green right there? But then in the claws, because the claws get thicker, it darkens up again, but then it lightens up again. Just a lot of dynamics in that bait. Very, very cool. On the back of a jig, Texas rig, Carolina rig, you name it. That thing is going to be a winner. Super natural type pattern. That's a good one too. We got one more to go, which is the 2.75 Ned Crawler. Oh, this one all messed up, but there she is. Look at how that thinned out spot right there as the light goes through. That is really nice. Yeah, see how the green pops as the light goes through it, but then up in the thicker parts, it's nice and thick still, or darker color. Very, very cool. That is a winner. All right, so where do we go from here? Like I said, I want to add a flake to that same mix. So I don't want to take anything away, but I want to add some extra large. This is 1/8 of an inch flake. That is 2 times the size of 062, and it gives a very splotchy look. I've used it here on the channel before. Very unique look, very splotchy, natural look that I think would just enhance this whole thing a ton. You can see the label there. I got it off of Amazon, and for those interested, it is called Hemway, H-E-M-W-A-Y, Hemway Craft Glitter something. 1/8 of an inch or 0.125 inch 3mm in black. if you search for that, right, you should be able to find this if you like the look. All right, moved all those baits to a tray so we could compare and contrast against our remelt. Got this warmed back up. I did do it too fast, and as I mentioned, this stuff from Barlow's is heat sensitive, and I tried to go slow. I'm an impatient person, and I ended up heating it up too fast. So I went ahead and added another 1/16 of this just so we could still get some of that black, or some of that flake flavor, the original color. Now let's add our giant flake, see what it looks like. 1/4 teaspoon here. We have about a cup and a half, so I would do a 1/4 for a cup, so I'll do a 1/4 and a little bit. Mix that up. Hopefully it's not cold, too cold that I have to warm this up again, and it is. I gotta warm it up again and risk messing up that flake again, but I promise I will be slower and be more patient this time. All right, so I was a good boy, practiced much patience, and got it warmed back up. Only took it, as a matter of fact, to 310 just to make sure that I didn't go too far, which is good in one sense, but potentially bad, because as I was injecting these, I could have swore I felt an air bubble or something in the Ned crawler. Guess we'll find out together. Hopefully there's enough in the mold that we can get a good sense of what it looks like regardless. So, as before, let's start out with the Ned Craw, 2.5 Ned Craw. This is, again, with the large, extra large 1/8 inch flake added. Hopefully for a cool molten look. Oh yeah. All right. See that one right there? How it kind of molts out. See how it's all kind of broken up in that big flake, man. In the right bait and the right kind of mix, it really does look nice. So you'll have to tell me what you think. At least on the Ned Craws, I think it looks pretty dang sweet. Let's move on to the Glory Craw. Oh yeah, equally sweet. Like that right there. That's what we're going for. You have to tell me in the comments what you think of this color for one, but also what you think of the big flake versus no big flake. Now the Ned Crawler. Let's see if we got lucky. I know I felt something when I was injecting that guy. Yeah, I can feel that one right there. Got a big giant air bubble in it. But it does give us an idea of what it would look like with the flake. So like that one right there. This one here. I like it, guys. I mean, I might be biased. I really like kind of a molten, natural look to my stuff anyway. But I think, look at that. That's killer right there. Got one more to go. Hang around, don't leave. This one is a brand new translucent color from Barlow's. All right, second 2-cup is ready to rock and roll, and the Barlow's color we're going to use today is brand new out of their ultra transparent line. It is called Sweet Honey. Doesn't that just sound good? Never used it before, brand new bottle, never even opened it, so I have no idea what to expect. It is ultra translucent though, transparent, which means we should be able to get around or get away with some extra. So 2 cups, let's start with like at least 20. I fully anticipate we'll end up putting more in there, but that's always a good place to start, 10 drops per cup. There we go. What does this color look like? Woo! Oh, that's as good as I was hoping it would be. Holy moly, sweet honey indeed. It looks exactly like honey. That is pretty freaking cool. I think we can afford, let's actually go another 20. So that would be 20 drops per cup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, darkened it up really nice right in the middle, but still very translucent. Has that awesome sheen to it. That, man. On their website, it has these on the very front, right? Because it's a new product. And it says, looks like candy. And man, that does. So 20 drops is an awesome start. Now we need to add our flake. We're gonna go with black first. Doing black just because I want some texture. And we're gonna go with 1/8 of a teaspoon per cup. So 1/4 teaspoon of black. That was 035 black, by the way. Nice, nice. All right, we're at 306. Before we put the other stuff in, because we're going to use more chameleon flake, and we're going to use something else that is also heat sensitive. So let me put this back in the microwave and get it up to about 330, and then we will proceed. There we go. Got it up to 335. Forgot to put large black flake in. So the same stuff that we used before, this 1/8 of a teaspoon, I want the same stuff because I liked it so much. So again, larger flake, we can afford more. I'm gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon per cup. So that would be 1/2 of a teaspoon. There we go. Mix that around, get it going. This bigger flake will want to drop to the bottom, so keep that in mind. But look at that. Ooh, yeah, that is a good start. So to that, I want to add 2 things. Back to the Barlow's Chameleon, and we're going to use motor oil in this guy. All right, can you see it? Can you see it? That sweet honey with some motor oil 015, so freaking awesome. And we're upping the ante yet again with some Lureworks Sparkle Flake Gold. Also heat sensitive, arguably probably more heat sensitive than even this stuff. So we gotta wait for the very end to do that. Let's make sure that our temperature is back down and we can add our final flakes. Yep, 327. So I've got 1/8 of a teaspoon here of our motor oil. I want to do 2 of those. So 1/8 of a teaspoon per cup, 1/4 teaspoon for the total. And Sparkle Flake Gold. Let's do 1/16, which would be a 32nd for a cup. Let's see if we'll, oh gosh. Oh, snap. Okay. Do we want more gold? I think I see enough in there. Yeah, let's just go with that. Let's just go with that. Wow. That was good. That was cool. So let's back you guys up again, because I can't set up all the fancy stuff. We don't have time. This is down to 319. Oh, it's perfect. Same 3 molds. 8-ounce into single injector. Got our black flake all suspended. Beautiful. Oh, that looks good on the top. Man, that crawler mold at the back, even though it's a 2.75 inch bait, it is a 14 cavity and it sucks up the plastic. So those will cool and don't go anywhere after we demold them, because we're gonna run this one twice as well. I have a Lureworks dye that I want to be very careful, but I do want to add it to this to see what happens. All right, these are warmed off. These are cooled off and ready to take a look. First up, the 2.5 Ned Craw. Sick. golly, do I even want to even attempt to change it? Jeez Louise, let me get better lighting. Ah, look at this. Holy snot balls. Wow. Man, that looks awesome. This pigment, wow, sweet honey. That is a freaking winner. Look at that. And these, the large flake with the sweet honey, how it breaks it up. Oh my lands. That is sick. Look at the motor oil in there. I mean, combined with everything else, golly. That, I'm a little lost for words on this one. Holy moly, I hope you guys like it as much as I do, because I freaking love it. Wow. Translucent honey candy. That big flake does so much. There's something about how it just makes it all malty and natural looking when you have that much, because it breaks it up, but then the light can get through it where it's not. Oh man, oh man. Freaking giddy. That, golly, that is a winner. So if I had to choose to change anything, maybe a little bit less giant flake, and maybe just a little bit less saturation to just get even more of that translucent kind of candy pass through. But man, that's nitpicking, like maybe down to 15 drops or something, and maybe just a little, like a heaping eighth or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm nitpicking. Let's check out the Lurecraft. I'm expecting amazing things here as well, and it does. It looks so good. So good. Look at those legs, how they're that beautiful pass through, and then the darker. I mean, look at that. Golly Neds. This will be in the drop. I'm just telling you right now. I know that the purpose of this video is to see if you guys think it needs to be in the drop. Yeah, this needs to be in the drop. It will be in the drop. Wow. That is just too cool. Man alive, I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I love it. Let's see what it looks like now in the Ned Crawler. Oh, wait. Again, look at how the giant black flake breaks it up, and then the light passes through it. Oh my lands! You're not going to get that with just a bunch of 035 smaller flake, although 035 is in here. It's that big stuff. Look at that! It just looks really freaking good. It looks good on camera. It looks absolutely amazing in person. I love it. Hope you guys like it too. Definitely let me know in the comments if I'm alone in this, or if you are picking up what I am putting down. Now the question is, do we mess with this? I mean, so here was my original plan. My original plan was to put some strawberry dye in there to try to harness this glory, but give it just an edge of red on top of that. And we still need to do that. I wasn't going to, because I love that so much, but we're still going to do that. So let me warm it up slowly as best as I can, and we'll add some strawberry dye. All right, so I warmed this back up, and I added some Lureworks strawberry dye to it. I was surprised that as I did so, it didn't seem to affect the color as much as I thought it would. Usually those red dyes really make an impact. So I ended up adding what would be equivalent to 4 drops per cup. And I can see a difference now in the mold. We'll see what we think if it was worth the ad. So first up, 2.5 inch Ned Craw. Oh wow. Oh. It's got more of a, I'm just getting it straight here so you guys can see it better. It's got more of a, I want to say amber, but amber is not quite right. It's definitely got that red flare going. See that? Uh-huh. Boy, I like that too. Should we do 2 different kinds using the same base? I mean, spring is coming. This as like not an alternate, but an add to your red baits for the year, right? Not like it's fire craw, but it could be another kind of version of a reddish bait for the spring. Boy, that looks good. I mean, red and black always look nice together, but it's still got all that translucency. Wow. That, And the motor oil, obviously motor oil and red, they always work well together. Let's look at the Glory Craw. Oh, it finally came out the top side. Oh, dang. Oh no. Jeez, they're both really good. Wow. We're gonna get one out from the original, and put it side by side here in a second. But that looks pretty freaking cool, I have to say. Wow. I didn't think that I would like it more than the other. And I don't necessarily like it more than the other, but I like it as a different one, as an alternative to the other. Man, I want both of these in my tackle box. Holy cow. That is the Glory Craw, and on to the crawler. Come on. Golly, Neds. So good. Man, would you throw that? I mean, if you wouldn't, we should go have a conversation, because you got mental problems. Wow. That is a freaking winner chicken dinner. These all were. If you like this sweet honey, it's a brand new product by Barlow's. It will be linked down below along with everything else that we used. I'm looking forward to creating these for this next drop. Man, this was awesome. Do let me know in the comments what you think of both colors, without the flake on the first one, without this. Maybe we just go, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm excited. Thank you for coming along with me on the journey, and until the next time, see you guys in the shop.